Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रीला गुरुदेव की जय। हरे कृष्णा। Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Cinmayi Mataji Devi Dasi from Charlotte, welcoming each one of you today for this Bhakti Sanga mid-morning Japa session. I thank each one of you for attending today's session. Thank Preeti Vilasini Mataji for a beautiful recitation of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. May I know who all have joined today's call so that we can greet each one of you.
Hare Krishna, Cinmayi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you for your warm welcoming, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you so much, Mataji, for all your wonderful services, and thank you for the beautiful recitation today. And welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else would like to go ahead with your introduction?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashmati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, and very nice and beautiful recitation from chapter 9 Bhagavad Gita. Preeti Vilasini Mataji, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Yashwamati Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji, for all your services, always there to encourage us. And thank you and welcome, Mataji, to today's call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Cinmayi Priya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. This is Shivani from Ashwin, Virginia. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji, for all your wonderful services. Thank you for your sincere services. And welcome, Mataji, for today's session. Hare Krishna. We have 1 more minute to go. Anybody would like to introduce yourself? Mataji, shall we start recording otherwise?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are all very fortunate to hear from His Grace Shyam Sudhakar Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your time today. I'm so eagerly waiting to hear from you. But before I hand over the call to you, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today, Prabhu. With your permission, I'll go ahead. So today's quote by His Divine Grace is, nowadays, People are very fond of diving within the water and swim. This has become a fashion. So, next life they are going to become fish. Yes, if you, at the time of death, if you think of that, how to swim very nicely within the water, that means next life, nature will give you a fish life. You get it. That is God's mercy. Why you artificially try to become a fish? You become actually fish. That is nature's gift. This deep saying was said by His Divine Grace at Melbourne on April 22nd, 1976. Hare Krishna, Shyam Sudhakar Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Really fortunate to hear from you, Prabhu. We have heard you so many times in our own congregation, and today we'll hear you in Bhakti Sanga. So Prabhuji will talk on Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya khanda, 10th chapter from 35th verse to 46th verse. So please take over, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to all assembled devotees, Dandavat Pranam to Bhakti Sanga, giving me this chance. Thank you so much. This is a great opportunity, and you have to you all have to pardon me because I'm in a hospital and I'm trying to manage a place to do my service to you. So we may hear some sounds and elevator sounds and all that, but I hope it will not disturb our discussion or diving into this nectar. With all your permissions, please bless me that I can able to speak something related to Mahaprabhu, especially Chaitanya Bhagavat. I never read the full thing, but I will take your permission, and there will be mistakes. Please correct me. I will try to make an attempt with the blessings from Mahaprabhu, Guru and Gauranga. Let me start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadresha Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Om Ajnanatim Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurummelitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Caitanya Manobhishtam स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणभामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं भंगं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं सद्गुरुं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत् हरे कृष्ण. Am I audible, Mataji? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So far that I understand, I keep occasionally joining these classes, but with the current flow to connect the dots, this Madhya khanda, as we speak, Mahaprabhu is displaying the Mahaprakash Leela, and these are some of the conclusions or summaries that we are discussing. As we have seen so far, Mahaprabhu is blessing his so-called very, very exceptional devotees who have executed the devotional service to the maximum extent, and he is overwhelmed with by pleasing devotional service from his devotees, and is trying to reveal himself to his devotees. Now, in the earlier episode, Mahaprabhu has blessed Murari Gupta, which we have heard from earlier speakers, and by not only revealing himself, what is his form and what is his in the prior incarnations, and he also happened to reveal the real character in his incarnations. Murari Gupta as Hanuman Ji, and with that, how much ecstatic emotions have been felt by the devotee, and then how the reciprocations we have seen in the discussions in the earlier commentary. Now today, Mahaprabhu is now blessing our Namacharya Haridāsa Thakurji, and some of the verses that we are going to discuss is nothing but the blessings and in exchange of ecstatic dealings between Mahaprabhu and the devotee Thakur Haridāsa. If we start on from the text 35. Haridāsa prati prabhu sadaya haya more deka Haridāsa bale daka deya. Thereafter, the Lord Merciful called Haridāsa and said, "O Haridāsa, behold my form." So here from this verse, we can understand that Mahaprabhu already recognizes the exceptional devotional service that Haridāsa, Namacharya Haridāsa Prabhu, he is Thakurji, he is doing in order to please the Lord with all his chanting. Mahaprabhu is extremely pleased, and he is saying that, "Please behold, and you have already excelled and pleased my pleasing the senses of the Lord." That's what has happened, and then he is ready to bless him in this whole successive verses. Let's see what Mahaprabhu has to say. Ei mora dehe haite tumi mora bada, tomara ye jate se jati mora tha. So Mahaprabhu here saying, "You're more dear to me than my own body. I certainly belong to the same caste as you." So Mahaprabhu is saying that you're very close to my heart, and you're very close as an associate, as a devotee, as a disciple. And he compares saying that he is not different than you. You're more dear. Means the ecstatic emotion what Mahaprabhu is trying to show here, the devotee is much, much closer and even more than what he is. And he is also relating to attribute, saying he is the same caste as you, as Haridāsa Thakur. Now, why Mahaprabhu is saying this to Haridāsa Thakur? So in the modern times, there are many misconceptions and many carrying philosophies about caste dealings. Especially in the Hindus, the so-called pious Hindus, that they practice all the karmic rituals or karmic philosophy carried with them. They always treat very inferior to the Brahman body. This is a defective vision. This is what Prabhupada is elaborating in the purport in order to explain us. What happens is with these people who are carrying the ritualistic karma and very surface level philosophy and many without proof, they don't have much understanding of the philosophy. So in one of the verses, like in 350s, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, they are called Yavanas. Now Prabhupada is elaborating in this purport that who are these Yavanas, right? Yavanas are violent killers of cows and and being and don't understand the Brahmanical culture. No, we offer all our prayers saying Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahman Hitaya, one who is at the utmost quality of Brahmana. I mean, both by his actions, by his readings, by his devotional service, he respects cow a lot, right? And we have to take care of the cow. Now, Lord is maintainer of this, this whole Brahmanical culture. So how this culture has turned out to be until like, which is unrestricted, like until killing of cows also. So we should understand that they are no longer the men, which is under the control of Vedic cultures. And as Prabhupada mentions in this purport, after this 10,000 years, which is called as the Golden Age, more and more people turn against the philosophy, more and more misunderstand, misinterpret, and then takes the whole, grows without compassion, and then they will grow as Yavanas and Mlechas. So that's the reason Mahaprabhu is asking to distribute mercy to all the people with this Krishna consciousness movement. And after this Kali, beyond this 10,000 days, as it progresses, Lord himself will come in Kalki avatar and kill them without any consideration. In this regard, Prabhupada also confirms and elaborates, referring to various scriptures. Like Chaitanya Antilila, there are 192 and 193. Diksha kale bhakta kare atma samarpana, se kale Krishna tare kare atma sama, se dehe kare tara chidananda maya, aprakta dehe tanra charana bhajaya. So when a spiritual master in whichever discipline succession accepts a devotee and then for Diksha, during the time of the Diksha time, during the part of the Diksha time, when the devotee fully surrenders, right, Lord Krishna accepts him to be as good as himself, So which means the devotee completely surrenders. He will change his mood. His regard or his actions is more towards the Lord, pleasing the Lord. And at whatever point of time, whatever is happening, he disregards the bodily or senses kind of actions happening to him. He only be concerned about being in the transcendental body, or maybe in the spiritual, having the spiritual mood rather than the materialistic mood. Always thinking about surrendering the service of the Lord. And there are other references in Sharartha Darshini, which is commentary and Bhagavatam, that Prabhupada refers in this whole verse, that a devotee, when he forgets about the senses, and he forgets about the senses to such an extent that somebody displeases him, somebody blasphemes him, somebody gives pain in whatever, physically or mentally, the devotee doesn't feel it. And the devotee, in fact, thinks in an opposite direction to be more merciful, in the sense to forgive, and then think about very distressful to whatever level the opposite person is stooped down, and he always wishes well of it. And this is exactly what Mahaprabhu is seeing with Haridasa Thakur. And he is, such kind of devotees are considered to be Vaishnavas, and then they basically forget about all the material designations when they are dealing with the devotees or non-devotees. They always tries to make sure how much mercy they can distribute, how much the movement can be, how much realization that they have, that they will completely forget themselves. And there are more references here about given by Prabhupada about, by Upadesha Amrit, and then also the Brihad Bhagavatam basically. But if we move further to the next verse, let's see what are the discussions between Mahaprabhu and Haridasa Thakur. Text 37. Papishta yavane toma yata dila dukha taha sanadite mora vidya rahe buka. When I remember how much distress the Yavanas gave you, my heart breaks. So this is when basically when Haridasa Thakur ji went to distribute the mercy of Mahaprabhu by asking people to take up the process of holy name by chanting. He has been beaten in all the 32 marketplaces. And this is because, again, with what we have discussed about the Yavanas, how they treat, how they consider themselves so high with all the wrong philosophical understanding, and those who are, they are at the bodily level, right? They're treating at the bodily level, and then they see that the other people who are always, even though they are showing very ecstatic symptoms of devotion, they consider to be very low. And this is the reason Lord sometimes also explains, or maybe approves to be born in low caste, to prove that the devotion is not linked to any race, religion or a caste. It is the love, and it is the devotional service that a devotee shows, irrespective of what position he holds in the society. And we have seen these examples with Tukaram or Bibi Nanchari and all that in other stories, when in the Vaishnava Sampradayas, other Sampradayas also, when they lack the propensity, right, these Yavanas become so much puffed up that they starts doing this kind of mistakes like punishing the devotees or devotees of the Lord. Now they don't correct themselves, even though they understand, they read the philosophy daily, they don't understand it, they don't practice it, and they keep attacking these devotees. And when this happens, Lord becomes very angry with whatever is happening with the devotees. He can forgive a mistake that has been done directly to him, either through the worship or through prayers, but he cannot forgive a person who is giving pain to the devotee or who is blaspheming the devotee. In this case, Haridasa Thakur, Acharya Haridasa Thakur is going through a lot by getting beaten up, and Lord is trying to say, I'm very much attached, I am as your body, I'm your caste, right? So we both are same. So he's trying to keep it very, very close in terms of understanding. But Haridasa Thakur is trying to understand the Mahaprabhu. So he's saying, Mahaprabhu is saying that these sinful persons will go to such an extreme that their sins will be, their whole sins will be too high that it will go beyond the laws of material nature. So everybody has a karma that they are carrying from birth after birth. But now these people making mistakes towards Lord's devotees will go beyond that karmic reactions or the karmic baggage that they are getting, that Lord himself will jump in and then he tries to take decisions to punish them. And he will punish so hard that, they could not able to come up from the cycle of the birth and death. That's what the Prabhupada is explaining. So we have to be very careful with the devotees, especially with the understanding, not from their physical status or physical look or religion, whatever, we have to treat them from the qualities or from the devotion that they exhibit to us. So we should understand, not make any mistakes against devotees. Now coming to text 38, 39. Suna suna Haridasa tomare yakhani, nagare nagare mare vedaya yavani, dekhiya tomara dukha chakradhari kare, namilun vaikunta haite sabakhati bare. So listen, Haridasa. When the Yavanas beat you in the various villages, I saw your distress and descended from Vaikuntha with a disc in my hand in order to cut everyone to pieces. So here Mahaprabhu is saying that you think that I'm not there in that place, and you basically don't know what is happening with you. I'm not aware. Mahaprabhu is literally witnessing how much distress Haridasa Thakur is going. And then he was so angry with the people that he is saying that I have descended like from Vaikuntha with the disc, about the Sudarshan Chakra. So this particular verse is telling us that Lord doesn't wait when devotee is in distress or devotee is being punished unnecessarily or taking any kind of pain from other people. And in this case, Mahaprabhu is saying that I'm coming with my disc, which means nobody can survive from the disc, punishment from the disc, because it's a Vishnu Chakra. And at this point, we can also understand the story of Maharaj Ambrish, who has been a very devoted Kshatriya, Rajarishi, has done a phenomenal devotion, exhibited phenomenal devotion, carrying out the devotional service, who has been cursed by Durvasa Muni. And then this is more described in the 9th canto, and how they have how the Vishnu Chakra was back of him, and then he was going through all the lokas for asking him to be, saving him. So this is a very good story to discuss at this point of time, like how Lord doesn't even cannot save, in spite of many demigods trying to jump in and telling that we cannot, because this is Vishnu Chakra, you cannot escape this. And even Lord himself said, as we know, that I cannot able to retrieve or retract it, because what the sin that they have done is beyond his control. So you should see Lord doesn't hesitate to punish the miscreants. So we should be very careful with the devotees, and we have so many examples. Like in the Prahlad, Nrsimha Bhagavan, Prahlad, to protect Prahlad right from his father himself, we know that Lord himself came as Nrsimha Bhagavan and saved him, killing his father. So this is a very good example. These are very good examples, and then we can understand how Mahaprabhu is also exhibiting his emotions to Haridasa, and he's saying that I myself was very, very distressed with the amount of pain you are going through, seeing the amount of pain you're going through, and Lord wanted to take some action for those people. But what happens when Lord is saying like this, and how Haridasa Thakur is feeling, is what we can understand from the following verses. Text 40. Pranananta kariye tuma mare ye sakala, tumi mane chinta taha sabara kushala. Yet you desired the well-being of those who almost tortured you to the death. So this is what Prabhupada was telling in the earlier verse. The devotees are so compassionate, irrespective of the place where they are, or the position where they are, or the situation where they are the people with whom they are, even though they are in the highest degree of pain, they don't feel it, because of all the devotion that they have. They will completely be detached from the material platform. And here Haridasa Thakur, though he is bearing a lot of physical pain by the beatings of all the Yavanas. He's not feeling that sensual thing, the physical pain that is happening to him. Instead, he is feeling very morose, and he is feeling very sorry for the people who are punishing him, as they have stooped down to very, very, very low grade, and then how they can be delivered. And this is exactly what Mahaprabhu is saying. They have almost tortured you to death, but in reverse, in reciprocation, what you're trying to do, you want them to be delivered, you want them to be liberated. How you can be like this, right? In order to remove the sinful propensities, he mentally prayed for their benefit. Though he is physically bearing the torture, he is mentally praying for them. Oh Lord, please deliver them. He doesn't know what they are trying to do. Please see if they can really get your mercy in some way. This is the quality of the devotee. So Prabhupada is pointing out to quality called tolerance, which all the devotees should naturally have as they progress in the devotion. And any kind of inauspiciousness, they don't feel it, because there is nothing inauspicious. They all these devotees always take that it is a blessing. And then another quality or another thing what Prabhupada is saying is, rather than taking a revenge, right, which happens with all the normal people in the material platform, they pray for their auspiciousness, they pray for their benefit. So here Mahaprabhu is the reason very, very pleased with Haridasa Thakur, and he is asking, see, this is how you are. Now, and he continues the conversation. Text 41. Apane mara na khao tahi nahi, taha nahi dekha, akhana ota sabare bhala mane dekha. You ignored how severely you were beaten and desired their well-being. Text 42-44. Tumi bhala chintile na karon muni bala, mora chakra toma lagi haila viphala. Kati tena paron tora, sangalpa lagi yatora. Prishte padon tora marana dekhiya, tohara marana nija ange karilana, e tara chihna ache micha nahi kana. So here, when you desired their benefit, I was unable to use my power against them. My disc became powerless because of you. Due to your resolve, I could not sever their heads. When I saw how severely they were beating you, I covered your back. I then took the beating on my own body. Here are the marks. I'm not speaking a lie. So Mahaprabhu is proving again one more time, saying that, I can witness how much pain you are going through. And this we have seen in many other pastimes, that Lord himself is taking the beatings when the devotees are suffering. Mahaprabhu could not bear the pain of devotees getting tortured, and in reciprocation, what Haridasa Thakur was doing is to pray for their liberation, which means a pure devotee, when he prays for anyone, whether he is a Chandala or anyone, and to get him delivered, I think it is the duty of the Lord to listen to the prayers of the devotee. So this is what happened over here, that you are praying honestly, and then I am trying to punish them. And what happened there is your prayers have become more intense and more powerful than my desire to punish them. So what happened is, I could not sever their heads, because he came with from Vaikuntha to sever them with this chakra, and then he couldn't do it. So then what further action the Lord can take? The further action, there should be some reaction. And in the reaction, instead of passing the pain to the devotee, Mahaprabhu has to take, he take those beatings, and then he is feeling all the pain. Instead Haridas Thakur is with an ecstatic emotion, and then he's not at all, he's feeling at the sensual level. So this is a very greatest quality of a devotee. When exhibited by the Lord, Lord reciprocates, and Lord even takes care of him in any situation wherever it is. So in order to protect his devotee, the Supreme Lord personally accepted the blows, the blows in his back with his weapons, with whatever the people are using, the weapons they're using, all kinds of weapons, and Lord is taking them. Text 45. E Bhagavana Chila Mora Prakasha Karite Shigra Ailun Tora Dumkhana Paron Sahite. Besides the other indirect reasons that made me appear, I came quickly because I could not tolerate your distress. Now Lord is also thinking, if I don't come at this point of time, I don't stop this torture, you will be subjected to more torture, and they might subject you to death also. So I can't be able to see. So I have to come quickly, and then I could not tolerate your distress. So these Yavanas, how much this is happening in modern science, modern culture, that if giving pain, it doesn't stop. They keep giving pain because they lack this knowledge, and in that age they are treating and they are punishing Haridasa Thakur kind of devotees, and it is nothing but a test to the Lord's affection towards his devotees. And Lord has exhibited that affection by a pastime, of how a devotee tolerance can be. And because Lord always has to test the devotees also, so he is testing now Haridasa Thakur, not only through his devotion, the extent of devotion he has, is also testing in different angles. As we know, Haridasa Thakur has been tested in other ways, and then he came successfully converting a prostitute into a saint. So this is where Haridasa Thakur has been pleasing the Lord's senses with all his actions and with his devotion. Text 46. Tumara chinila mora nada bhala mate sarva bhave mora bandi karila advaite. My nada properly recognized you, for Advaita has completely bound me with his love. Advaita Prabhu properly recognized Thakur Haridasa. Advaita Prabhu is Lord Sri Caitanya Deva's special opulence. As you know, Haridasa Thakur is very closely associated and attached to Advaita Prabhu also. So he went to Santipur and then stayed with Advaita Prabhu, and hearing the glories of the Lord, he has been very pleased, and the devotee exchanges that happens will also reach the Lord. And Lord is saying that my devotee, my Advaita Prabhu has completely bound me with his love, so I am there with him all the time. But I also see that how much love you have towards Advaita Prabhu, and how Thakur Haridasa has associated not only with the Lord but with his associates also. So I tried to make some meaning. I tried to take. I'm sorry. I tried to make some meaning out of this whole conversation, but there is a lot to explain. In further verses, I hope people will come and give a lot of justification. Sharing the ecstatic devotional aspects of Mahaprabhu and Haridasa Thakur. Yes. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Cinmayi Mataji. Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class. It was very, very nice. One thing I learned from this class is from the mode of Haridasa Thakur that you had suggested. It is one good habit for us to pick up is even if we are tortured, even if we have to undergo certain difficulty because of someone, it's a good habit to pray for them, like Haridasa Thakur did. So that was a very nice reflection, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And the class was very nice. It was to the point and a very relishable section of Chaitanya Bhagavat, of how the Lord is always there for his devotee. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Relished your class very much. And that was a very nice section, and you did complete justice to the verses. I was just thinking this Gauranga Mahaprabhu is himself Patita Pavan, and he wants to punish someone, but still his devotee, for whom he wants to punish those Yavanas, that devotee himself is more merciful. So that you highlighted so beautifully, Prabhu. And you said why the Lord has to listen to Haridasa Thakur, because Haridasa Thakur has the potency to convert a prostitute to a saint. So that is why the Lord listens to Haridasa Thakur. Very nicely you did this class, Prabhuji. It was a very relishable class, and as Mataji said, up to the point, you were discussing every line of the purport. Really relished your class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And I personally want to thank you, Prabhu. I know where you are, what you're doing at this point, but still you took time to say Gaur Katha to all of us. And I know how Gaur Katha is very dear to you. So my dandavats to you for that, Prabhu. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much, Mother. Please keep blessing so I can just progress more with your association, all your association. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams, our glories to Prabhupada. I don't have any question, Prabhu, but it was very short, script, crisp, and to the point section. And you stick to the purport, you stick to the verses, and you share all your realizations also. So thank you so much for that, Prabhu. And really grateful, as Cinmayi Mataji said, that in spite of your working day being in hospital, still you managed to give sessions. So grateful to you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I hear your classes. I have very good regard for all of you, and I'm learning. Please keep encouraging me, and one day I'll be trying to make justice to, with the help of and with the blessing from Mahaprabhu. One day I will reach there. I don't know. It's just a talking point only. Practicing is very difficult. As I read and realize this is not an easy experience what Haridasa Thakur is going. And in Kali Yuga also, all of us are going through a lot, but we keep complaining about, in spite of Lord is taking care of us in many angles. But it takes a lot of time for us to realize how much we are blessed. Only the complaining portion always comes on to the top. That is what is concerning. And just to say that we are devotees, I am a devotee. I speak myself is a very false statement. Thank you, Prabhu Mataji. Please bless me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Wonderful class, Prabhuji, and I disagree that you're not able to practice, because I've seen you in the toughest of situation, depending on the Lord and Srila Prabhupada and devotees, Mercy Prabhuji. So your association and your example is very inspiring to all of us. And your dedication to service is wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. You're always my inspiration. Thank you so much. And what else can I say?
Any other devotee would like to share your realizations? Okay, there's something in the chat. Shivani Mataji is thanking you, Prabhuji. She says it was a very beautiful, sweet class, and please do give your association more often. So we all second that, Prabhu.
Definitely.
Whenever you have time, so please come and give us classes, Prabhu. Here also, along with we're giving in Charlotte. Please give classes in Bhakti Sangha also. We will like it. And we don't want to hold you longer, Prabhu. We know how what the time crunch you're in. We'll end the class here with your permission. Please let me obeisances to all the Vaishnavas and yourself. Vancha kalpa.
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हिज ग्रेस श्याम सुंदर प्रभु जी की जय
Jai.
जय
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Pranam Prabhuji.
Thank you all, dear
Thank you,
devotees, and thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu, for the beautiful class. Hoping to get more of your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Ending the
Krishna.